What's up? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Ehab, and this is my son Omar, father and son. This is our first podcast. We're giving it a try. We decided to put something on air since we like talking about sports so much. It's pretty exciting. And being that we're A's, Lakers, 49ers, Sharks fans, of course, we got Liverpool FC right behind us. It's pretty exciting. So we're going to give it a try. Let us know how it goes, what you think. Remember to subscribe to all of our channels. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on your boxers. I'm just kidding, of course, but you get the picture. Anyway, so it's Saturday, and the A's pretty much have just clinched the first series, the wild card series, a weird wild card series in this pandemic of the 60-game season because of COVID, as everybody knows. They went up against the White Sox, and Omar and I were sitting there, super nerve-wracking, interesting pitching duels. I got to be honest with you, we haven't won in the first round in a long time, and we were watching it pitch by pitch. What do you think about the A's in the first round against the White Sox, their performance, their hitters, and their pitching?
In the first game or in the first the wild card game in general, or wild card games?
Well, I mean, in general, the starting pitching, the relief pitching, and their hitting. What do you think about that in general?
Well, in the first game, it was kind of strange. They didn't start one of the good pitchers. Well, he's okay. He's not our ace, but I find it kind of strange that they didn't start our ace.
You're talking about Bassett, right?
Yeah, they didn't start an ace in one of them, or in an important game.
Right. He had one of the lowest ERAs in the month of September leading up to this. I think like a .43 or something, which is pretty good actually when you think about it. And then of course we saw what happened in game one, and everybody was like, "Oh, same old A's," and we all got worried, and we were all upset with the manager, and we're like, "Oh my God!" And you had fans saying, "You should fire him, and you get rid of Bob Melvin," and blah 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 blah. But thank God, the next couple of games, we did fine, and we came through. Even though game three was really nerve-wracking, every single pitch, especially with our guy Shrek, aka Hendricks. By the way, you gave him that name. I have to give you credit. He came through. He really came through. He pitched really well. It kind of looked scary at first, considering that he pitched like 46 or 48 pitches the night before. They tried to give him a six out relief, eighth and ninth inning, and it was kind of sticky. But we're happy that they moved on. Does anything concern you about the team, though? I mean, other than the pitching, does anything concern you about the team?
I think that there hasn't been a replacement for Chapman. Somebody to replace what he's done for the team and what he's doing for the team. What's his name?
How do you feel about how do you feel about the hitting? How do you feel about hitting in general? I feel like the hitting is kind of hit or miss. I don't think we hit for average. It's all launch angle, home runs, and just try to put the ball over the fence. I mean, we were lucky that Murphy hit that 2-run bomb, to be honest with you, to get us back in that game. And Listella, of course, has been a surprise from the Angels, total steal from the Angels, kind of, set the table at the top of the lineup. But are you worried about us hitting for average and being able to do the small things during the next round against the Houston Asterisks, we call them?
No, not really. I think A's are going to do well against the Astros.
We did really well during the season against them. We won the season series. But all that chirping and all that talking by their guys, Correa and some other people, how you like us now? We won anyways. What are you going to say? Blah, 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 all that stuff. I just can't wait. We got to stick it to them. I'm kind of curious, though, who they're going to go with game one. I'm not sure they've announced that yet. I'd like to see it left, right. Maybe Sean Manaea, he hasn't pitched yet. They used Montas, they used Bassett, they used Fires. I don't know. Maybe they'll go with Manaea first and then switch back and forth and see what happens. I just hope that they go in there with a clean mind, clear head, and they're ready to go. Because as an A's fan, I can't tell you how many series we've lost, and it's really, really difficult to have any real, what's the word? I don't want to say hope, but confidence, real confidence in them. I've been let down too many times. Oh, and another thing to mention, they're going to be playing in Dodger Stadium. So the way the playoffs work this year is the American League teams are going to play in the National League parks, which has been determined to be Dodger Stadium as far as the series is concerned. And then I believe it's where the Rangers play for the National League, and that's to not give anybody home field advantage, since there's, we're playing this quote unquote bubble. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm really excited about the A's, and I just hope it's not pitch by pitch, man. My heart can't take it. Remember how difficult that was?
Yeah.
All right, so from the A's, and you like my Ricky Henderson shirt here, of course, everybody, because, that's the man. That's my favorite player. We're going to move on to basketball. Now, everything leading up to the finals. Everybody's talking about LeBron James and hating on LeBron James. But I have to say that the finals so far, I'm a Laker fan. I love the Lakers. I love the fact that they're winning, so I'm not going to complain about how they win or what it is. But, Miami, I didn't feel like we're the best team in the East. They're the matchup I wanted because I felt like Boston matched up better against us. So you want the easier way. I don't care what anybody says. I just want that ring. We need number 17. Who's impressed you the most on the Laker team so far in the playoffs?
I feel like LeBron James is just being LeBron James in general. I feel like Anthony Davis is also helping this Lakers team greatly. Also, Dwight Howard really helps Lakers team by getting rebounds and scoring on some of those rebounds.
Not to mention his blocks and his little antics. He gets under people's skin, like, I'm going to block you and annoy you and maybe get a technical foul or pick up something, right? He's got that kind of, I don't want to say Dennis Rodman role, but it's almost kind of, minus the piercings and the crazy hair and the incredible rebounding, because Dennis Rodman was an absolute phenom when it comes to rebounding. The guy was a freak out there. So if you had to give an MVP, on this team so far in the playoffs, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's ever been a co-MVP in the finals, provided that the Lakers finish out and they win, which they have a strong chance to do. But how would you feel about a co-MVP between LeBron and AD?
Well, I feel like it's not like one person has done more than the other. It'd be kind of strange because you don't really see it at all. But I feel like it's possible.
Well, this is the year for anything to happen, right? It's COVID year, so everything is strange already. I mean, a president just got diagnosed with COVID, so everything. I mean, I don't know. Are pigs flying yet? I'm not sure, but it's been a crazy, crazy, crazy year. So, but the one thing that Anthony Davis is able to do, he's out matching everybody. He's just so big and so athletic, and he's finishing so well. I mean, at one point in time, I think he was like 11 out of 12 or 13 out of 14 yesterday in a row. He wasn't missing anything. Rebound, put the ball back up, shoot threes, inside, outside game, blocking, super intense. And I really feel like LeBron James has kind of, I don't want to say step back, but he is actually letting the game happen in front of him. He's like a big point guard. He's dishing the ball left and right. But then at the end, he's also taking the game over, like game one. At the end, he had his little scowl. He was going around, making shots, facilitating, and doing what he does. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens tomorrow night. Although leading into tomorrow night, it's a 4:30 Pacific start, and then our San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football against the Philadelphia Chickens. I'm sorry. I mean, Eagles, of course. No disrespect to Philly fans, but you know how it is. So how do you feel about Sunday Night Football? How do you feel about the 49ers so far this year? Game 3, this is game 4. They're 2-1. They just came off of a 2-game stint on the East Coast. They play the Jets. They play the Giants. We know that those two teams weren't that great, but we did what we had to do. We won the games. We had a bunch of injuries on a horrible turf. So how do you see this Philadelphia game coming out? What do you think what's going to happen when we play at home against Philly, given that Philly is also not doing that well? What do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think that Philly at the moment is better than the Jets and Giants, but I don't think they're good enough to beat the Niners, even though we're beat up right now with Garoppolo, Mostert, Bosa, Thomas being injured.
And all the other players, Sherman. I think our linebacker, what's his name? Is escaping my mind right now. Our second-year linebacker, he's not going to be playing also. So, we have some injuries. But this is a winnable game. Now, I think Philly is 1-1. So, or are they 0-2? I'm sorry, they're 0-2-1 if I remember. They haven't won yet, so they're going to come in pretty desperate. They're depleted though. Our secondary's hurting. Their wide receivers are hurting. Their quarterback hasn't played well. Their offensive line is in shambles. So I really feel like even though we're missing some players on our defensive line, which is, our strength or has been our strength in general, I really feel like we should on offense feast on their offensive line. Now you have to remember something though. They got this big boy in the middle, Fletcher Cox. That boy is a Pro Bowler. I think he's all pro if I remember. In fact, he was all pro last year, and DeForest Buckner, our former defensive tackle, was held away from that position, even though I felt Buckner was a better player, but East Coast bias. If you wanted to predict the score for that game, do you think, by the way, since Kittle's coming back and Deebo Samuels, since they're coming back, and with Nick Mullen, how do you think they're going to do? Do you think they each score a touchdown, and if so, running, passing, or how do you feel?
I feel like Kittle's just going to be Kittle. Classic Kittle, blocking, catching, scoring. I feel like Kittle's going to have a good game because he played a little bit in the first game, so he might be like heated up or ready for the game.
Okay.
I feel like Samuel didn't really get a chance to heat up or warm up. I mean,
in the season in general, you mean? So he hasn't got his feet yet, wet yet. And I think his last game, if I remember, of course, was a loss in Super Bowl last year. And I'm sure he's ready to go. He's antsy and ready to go. I mean, him and Ayuk, the rookie, they should make an incredible combo. I'm not sure what they're going to do on defense. I mean, once we get all our players back, everybody's healthy, even Coleman's out, once we get Reed back, it's going to be like 6 to 8 weeks. They put him on IR, and we get Mostert back, or they call him Moserati. Once we get him back, it's a lot of speed. There's a lot of skilled players, and I feel like our offense is going to have to make up for the lack of what we're doing on defense, because I don't think our defense will be as strong as it was last year. If you figure Sherman's been out for a few weeks, Witherspoon, I think he still has a slight hamstring. Verrett has been playing pretty solid. I hope he stays healthy. That's been his main issue. And we'll see who lines up against them. But I'm looking forward to the game. I'm not sure I'm going to watch it. I might have to have 2 different screens on because on one side I'm looking for my 49ers. And on the other side I'm looking for my Lakers. And what I'm hoping for is that honestly, let's get blowouts in both games. I don't care. I just end this series with Miami, get number 17 to tie the Celtics, and let the 49ers rack up the wins, because the meaty part of the schedule is coming up pretty soon. So get the easy wins now, and then fight and claw your way through the rest of the season. So it'll be fun tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to it. Baseball, football, basketball. It's a great time to be a fan. It's weird, obviously, because baseball, basketball should be over already. Baseball right now, it's playoffs. It's October, so this is normal. Um, and football, it's a normal season as well, minus COVID. So we'll see. And last but not least, and this is your avenue. This is your baby. If you see behind us, we have Liverpool FC, and of course, we are Liverpool fans for one major reason. And if you don't know, you probably need to guess, and that is our boy Mo. As me and him still argue about this, Mo Salads. I named him Mo Salads.
I named him.
No. I named him Mo Salads.
I named him.
Anyways, his name was Mohamed Salah. We call him Mo Salads. I called him Mo Salads because of his curly hair. It looks like a big salad bowl with a bunch of different croutons in there and everything. But I don't know. Okay, whatever. So we can't really call him that anymore because he cut his hair, and it's hard to recognize him on the pitch now. So tomorrow's matchup, are they playing Liverpool tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure they are. They're playing Burnley.
Okay.
No, they're playing Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. All right. So that should be a pretty easy match then, right? You don't foresee anything crazy, or has Aston Villa made any crazy signings, or have they added anything to the team that's going to make it, a lot more difficult?
I think Aston Villa have had a couple small signings and loan deals such as Ross Barkley from Chelsea. But we also have to factor in that Sadio Mane has caught the virus and probably won't be playing. Will not be playing this game.
Do they have a replacement for Mane? Like, who would play that position if he's not there? Like, who would play that position?
Well, Klopp plays a 4-4-3, and he doesn't really change his formations. So that means a left winger will need to fill in Mane's spot, which is most likely going to be Diogo Jota, their new signing from Wolverhampton.
Oh! Is he a really fast player? Is he a good finisher?
He's fast. He's pretty good. Pretty well-rounded player.
Right-footed, left-footed?
I think he's right-footed, if I'm not mistaken.
Does he have a decent left foot, though? I mean, like, how many stars on FIFA rating, if you were to rate him, or do you even know?
Probably 4.
Okay, all right. And of course, Firmino is going to be in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure he's not as fast as Mane, but, and is he pretty young?
Yeah, he's like 23.
Okay, so he still has his legs under him. All right, well, it'll be interesting to see. Are there any other major matchups tomorrow we should look forward to?
Actually, it's tomorrow, 8:30 here.
Pacific time?
Yeah. There's a Manchester United and Tottenham game.
Ooh, Man U and Tottenham.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that game?
I feel like Manchester United are gonna dominate. Maybe Spurs surprise us. I feel like Spurs aren't consistent though, so we'll see. There's also a Napoli versus Juventus game, which was going to be postponed, but they decided to play it. It's at like 11:45.
Why are they postponing that game?
They found new COVID cases. The players.
Even in Italy, huh? We thought that Italy had it under control months ago, but I guess, once they open everything up and people are going out, and these are soccer players, football players, so they're probably living their lives, going to parties, pool parties, whatever, rooftop parties, yacht parties, whatever. Or maybe somebody was irresponsible somewhere and they brought it and infected somebody, who knows. We just hope that everybody is going to do okay. So then, does that mean that they're going to play anyways? I'm assuming that they've done some COVID testing for them, probably, where they feel comfortable enough to play the game. Do you think that's what happened?
Well, what happened was they tested the players, obviously, and they found some new cases. I'm not sure who had it, but they seemed like they were gonna cancel the match or like postpone it. But they decided to play it, and it's gonna be played tomorrow.
it's one of the things that we got to worry about. I mean, obviously, human life is more important than anything, and sports don't come first. It's a way of entertainment for us. It's a living for a lot of people. What's happening in the NFL right now with Tennessee, really irresponsible Tennessee Titans. Somebody didn't do something right somewhere, caught it, they spread it, and their game's been postponed against the Steelers. They're essentially going to lose their bye in the middle of the season, and they're going to have it now. And also, can you believe who got COVID today as well? Yeah, I think you told me earlier today. Who was it? Cam Newton. Close your chest, man. Zipper up, Cam. Respect what's going on out there. I mean, I hope he gets, he heals and gets better. Because last thing we want to do is see anybody get hurt. We want to kind of keep this under wraps. Of course, as we know, the President of the United States has caught COVID. Whether you agree with his policies or not, he is the President of the United States. Some like him, some don't like him. There's some good things, some bad things. I'm going to stay away from politics. But we hope that as the President of the United States, he heals him and his wife. We don't like to see anybody sick. It doesn't matter what politics are, what's happening out there. We want people to be okay all over the world. Anyways, that's a wrap for this show. We're just giving it a try. Let us know how what you think. If you like us, add us on all the other avenues: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Am I missing anything? Facebook. Am I missing anything?
You said Twitter?
Yeah, I said everything. And let them know what the site is. What's the name?
So it's WazzupSports. So that's WUZZUP Sports on everything except for Twitch, where it's Wuzzup with an A.
For now, we're gonna correct that. That's just a little mistake we made. Anyways, thanks for joining us. If you like us, make sure you add us, share us, subscribe, blah blah. You know how they do. All those people, they just want to get hits. I just want to talk sports. It's a great time to spend some time with my son. We like to talk sports. As you know, maybe I'll explain it later, but my kids were away for 5 years. They're back now. I'm really happy. My son's older. He's got a mustache. He's growing. We talk sports. Hopefully we get to talk girls in the future. Just kidding, of course. But thanks for joining us, and we'll see you later.